Flooding has caused disruption across Bournemouth, Christchurch and Poole over the last few days following Storm Chandra. There have been a number of flood warnings issued, with the worst being a danger to life. After the River Stour burst its banks on Wednesday, the surrounding area was submerged in water. In Eyre Bridge Home Park, this meant the residents were evacuated and emergency services were on the scene. Councillor Andy Hadley spoke on their efforts.
We've done what we can, and the team have done what they can personally to see that they're okay, and to look after them, make sure their pets are okay as well, because that's obviously, for some, that's a really important thing. And to try and work with others to make sure that they're kept safe.
The residents of the home park have not returned home yet, as high levels of water remain in the area. More than 40 roads and approximately 100 incidents have been reported since Storm Chandra swept the region, and Dorset saw 3 times their monthly average rainfall. Elsewhere on the River Stour, at the Stour Valley Nature Reserve, floodwater consuming the grounds made it look like a lake. However, locals weren't put off by the rising water, and many felt there was something beautiful in the way nature had taken over.
A complete circle in nature. In the summer, everybody's rushing about, enjoying themselves, dogs. It just shows you the resilience of nature, where one season to another, everything changes.
It draws the wildlife further inland, which is easier for me. Well, it's meant to be easier for people like me to take photographs.
Steve Charnley, lead countryside ranger for Stour Valley, described the usual scene when water levels aren't high.
So that would be steps down to a river, and then in the distance there where the trees are, that's the other bank of the river. The other side of the river is just open fields that are farmland, and as you can see, it's more akin to a lake at the moment. So if you didn't know the area, you'd think maybe that this was a lake rather than a river.
I'm here at Stour Valley Nature Reserve, which is one of the areas that's been affected by the flooding over the past few days. As you can see to the left of me, there is very high levels of water, but this is nothing compared to just yesterday when the water was all the way up to the sign. I've spoken with staff who work here who have said the levels here are not expected to lower for quite some time, as we're forecasted heavy rain for the next 2 weeks.
I think this is probably, in my 10 years working here, this is probably the highest level I've ever seen the river. But as I say, it's very natural. We keep an eye on it because obviously we just need to see it ebbing and flowing. But because it's normal to us, it's a day-to-day occurrence. Mainly it's answering questions from people who come down and they're surprised that the river level has come up. And they're concerned that it's flooding and that there's some kind of danger. But all the houses along here are all up on the bank, so they're all safe. The barn is up a big bank as well, so it's never come up that high. And as you can hear around us, the wildlife love it. So it makes for a more peaceful spot in our view. So it's good. It's all a good thing.
Many are hoping for the rainy weather to let up and for the water levels to return back to normal. Maisie Edwin, Buzz News, Bournemouth.